Hi babes, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Nay, and today we're going to be looking at some tips and tricks to kind of keep your game feeling new, feeling alive, bring some more life back into it, and really just trying to not get bored of The Sims 4. Now, this game has been out for about 10 years, so it can get very repetitive very quickly, and hopefully with these tips and tricks, you are able to have some fun with your game again. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So the first thing that I like to do when my Sims game is starting to feel a little boring is I like to find a save file. So save files are basically where somebody has played a new save and they have remade the entire world and they put it up for download and you are able to download it, put it into your saves folder, and have a whole brand new world with brand new townies, brand new builds that you have never seen before. So this is a really cool tool and it is super awesome. So I have 4 save files to show you guys that I've personally used and that I really like. So the first save file is called the Floralia save file. This is the one that I have used the most, and I think that this one is really cool. So this one includes all either new builds or all the builds are renovated and they're no longer in that EA style. There's a restaurant in every single world, and there is, I believe they've updated it to put a rental lot in every single world, but I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that. This also includes a bunch of new townies and new families, and they all actually have backstories with them, which is pretty cool as well. There are also a bunch of new community lots and parks, and they've even included lots in a few different worlds that are based around like seasonal like festivals, if that makes sense, kind of like what we had in The Sims 3 with seasons. So in Brindleton Bay, there's a like spooky or like autumn festival, and in Sulani, there's a summer festival, and it's all on these big 64 by 64 lots that are just based around the seasons, which is really cool. The other thing that I really like about this save file is that they have made holidays in the calendar, and every time you download it, you're able to actually have these holidays and they load up every time in the save file, which is super duper cool. But there's like Mother's Day and Father's Day and Halloween, and those are really cool. So I really highly suggest checking out this save file. If any of you guys see a save file that you like or that you want an in-depth video of where I tour it, show you a bunch of different builds, or go through the save file, just let me know down below and I can absolutely do that. The next save file that we have is called the Love Letter save file by Prince. This save file actually combines storylines from The Sims 2 and The Sims 4 and The Sims 3 and just kind of like meshes them all together into one little world. So I'm not sure how this creator has figured out the timelines, but they've just combined everything. So this world is not 100% done. The worlds that are 100% complete are Willow Creek, Oasis Springs, Newcrest, San Moishuno, Strangerville, Tartosa, Moonwood Mill. And then there are a couple that are 75 complete, like Wittenberg, Brindleton Bay, Evergreen Harbor, Henford on Bagley, Komaribi, and Copperdale. And then Del Sol Valley is 50% complete. All of the other worlds not mentioned still need attention. So if you're looking for a save file that is 100% done, this one might not be for you. But the thing that I love about the save file is that it combines the lore from The Sims 2, Sims 3, Sims 4 all together. So Bella Goth is actually missing in the save file. She is nowhere to be found, which aligns with The Sims 2. It also, I don't know if any of you guys watch this, but when I was growing up, I always watched Life Summer growing up. Like she is my Roman Empire, if I'm going to be honest. I loved her LPs and I adored her. Every time there was a new Sims game that came out, I would play side by side with her. And, you know, in my 9-year-old head, we were besties. But this world actually includes the Fendersons, if you ever watched her Generations LP. So this save file includes the Fenderson family, and I adore that. I think that that is so much fun. I loved that family growing up. I watched Generations so many times. I can't even fathom how many times I watched it. So that's a cute little tidbit in that one, which I really enjoy. The next save file that we're looking at is the Better Together base game compatible save file. And this save file is pretty cool because over 160 simmers came together to make this save file, which I think is super, super cool. That's a super awesome thing about save files, is that you can collaborate with a bunch of different people and make this totally unique world that is so different from what you get with the typical Sims 4 world. So with this save file, it has renovated basically everything. There's even lots on like Sylvan Glade and the top of Mount Komaribi. So this one's pretty cool. If you're interested in this one, you can go to the, I will always link these down below and link them to my Patreon if you're interested in downloading anything I talk about today or any of these save files. So these will all be linked down below. But you can go to the link on their website and go through, and you can see what is included in every single world. This is also pretty cool if you're trying to do your own save file and take inspiration. You can kind of see what they did in this world and be like, oh, you know, there's 2 libraries in Copperdale. I wouldn't have thought to do 2 different libraries. Let me do that. Or, you know, something like that. Save files are really, really hard, and I think that this one does it super duper well. The final save file that I have for you guys is the Ultimate Save File by Plumbob Kingdom. If you guys have never heard of Plumbob Kingdom, they are a phenomenal builder. I have used their builds countless times, and they're just all phenomenal. They are Plumbob Kingdom on the gallery if you want to check out any of their builds. But this save file has so many pictures of it, and it's pretty cool. So these are some before and afters. It just kind of feels like a cozier little save file. And the coolest thing is they actually included the Hollywood sign in Del Sol Valley. So this save file was made with absolutely 0 CC, but it was made using the tool mod. So you'll see some cool things like this over here, but it is completely CC free. It just does include the tool mod. So there's a couple things that are off lot included in this world, which is really awesome. If any of you guys know me, you know that I am desperately trying to be cool enough to use the tool mod and figure out how it works, but I am not there yet. So I am forever jealous of anybody who knows how to use that mod. One day I'll figure it out. One day I will be a tool mod master, but today is not that day. As I'm sure nobody is surprised, of course I have a list of mods to show you guys today. I get really bored in my game when I see the same interactions over and over again, see the same moodlets over and over again. So today I have a list of mods that are not super gameplay related, but they add a bunch of new interactions and animations and moodlets for your Sims to kind of spice it up a little bit. So the first mod that I have for you guys is called the Whim Overhaul mod. So basically this mod overhauls how whims work in the game. So a lot of times you'll have a Sim who is not materialistic or who maybe has no desire for money or is a very cheap Sim, but they'll want to buy things all the time. They'll want to buy a pool or buy a bush or buy something, which makes no sense. So this Whim Overhaul mod basically overhauls how they do it, and it's a little more realistic. So if your Sim has a lot of family traits, they'll get more family whims, or it basically just adjusts the whims based on their personality, or they have a higher chance for different stuff in different stages of their life, like during pregnancy or childhood or elders. The next mod that I have for you guys is the Contextual Social Interactions by Limpinu. So basically this mod just, it allows your Sims to be able to ask things based on something that happens, which is why I kind of can't show you in game. So if your Sim walks in really angry, another Sim can ask them what happened. Or if they're really sad, you can ask them what happened. Or if they get a big promotion, you can tell them congratulations on the promotion. So it just adds interactions based on what certain Sims are going through in their life, which, hello, why is that not a thing in The Sims 4? The next mod that I have for you guys is the Social Interaction Pack by Kiara Sims. Now, this is not a designated pack. You don't have to have all of them if you don't want them. You can pick and choose which ones you want. But it just adds some more interactions to your game, which also adds new moodlets. So you can accuse somebody of being a gold digger, or you can announce your engagement. And they have a whole bunch of different ones that you can choose from. They have like happy birthday and I hate you, I love you. Or they can mourn their deceased spouse. I think that these add just a lot in your game. And when I'm going through a lot of these interaction mods, I am still so surprised that we don't already have these in the game. But what would we do without modders? Seriously. The next mod that I have for you guys is the First Impressions mod by Lumpinu. And this mod is exactly how it sounds. It adds first impressions into your game. So these impressions can be either good or bad. And if your sim has a bad first impression, then their ability to build the relationship is going to be a little bit harder than with somebody they have a good first impression with, which I enjoy. This also adds some sentiments and some moodlets when your sim is around a person. So if they have a bad first impression, then they're going to get a bad moodlet. Or if your sim is somebody that they're crushing on from first sight, then they are more likely to engage in a conversation with that person than any other sim. So the next mod that I have for you guys is the Passionate Gifts mod by Utopia. And this mod just adds passionate gifts into the it's like a new romantic subcategory for you to select from. And there's 3 different options. There is a watch option, a necklace option, and then a flowers and chocolate option. And each of these interactions cost your sim simoleons to do. So it's actually like they are gifting the sims the gifts. And it's under its own little category of passionate gifts. These are the prices right there for them. And then these are all the new moodlets that they can get from them, which is super sweet. I love adding new interactions into the game and new animations. I just think it keeps my game feeling a little more alive, and it makes my Sims romances feel a little more real. The next mod that I have for you guys is the More Kisses mod by Maple Bell. This mod does exactly kind of how it sounds. It adds more kisses into the game and animations for them. And these kisses aren't like EA's where they're just a quick peck. Like, these are very animated, very, very cute kisses. And there's a whole bunch of different ones to choose from. It will be under its own little subcategory of More Kisses. And you can kind of see some of them down here in the mod description. And they're so cute. This creator also has a whole bunch more than just these 4. They're just in different packs on their Patreon if you're interested in checking them out. I will link this first one here, and then you are free to do more research on your own. So this next mod is very similar to the More Kisses mod. It is the Kissing Grind mod by Utopia. And this adds more kissing animations in the game as well. These ones are kind of based around clubbing, so they are a little less PG, I would say. But if your Sims get a bunch of new moodlets, and there's actually a chance for your Sims to actually have a pop-up if your relationship is like 90% or higher, where they'll actually like say something, and the sayings are really cute. The next mod that I have for you guys is called The One With All the Romance by Katie Mods. And this mod adds 77 new interactions for your Sims. It adds pickup lines, milestones, arguments, get to know, compliments, discussing your relationship, breaking up, friends to lovers, enemies to lovers. This mod has so many new interactions, gives you so many more moodlets, And the coolest little part is, say you do a little pickup line on your Sims, then they actually get a little like mini conversation that pops up in your notification wall so you can see what was said and how your Sim responded to it, which I think is super cool because the storytelling kind of does itself right there. You don't have to make up everything, which is super cute. But my favorite thing about this mod is it adds breakups, more breakups. So you can break up with somebody for bad woohoo, or for falling out of love with someone, or for financial reasons, which adds so much drama, and I love it. The next mod that I have for you guys is the more pre-made holidays. So this is a small mod that just auto-populates holidays into your Sims calendar at the start of every save. So that way you didn't have to keep adding in holidays every single time. This does require seasons, I believe, because holidays came with seasons. The next mod that I have for you guys is the Family Connections mod by 80 Indigo. This mod adds family connections through in-game. You have to go through the actions panel to set it, but you're able to add different family relationships that you weren't able to before, like adoptive brother or adopted sister or godmother, godfather, great-grandparent. So you're able to really diversify how that family is connected to you in ways that The Sims 4 would not allow you to do. Alrighty, my dears, the final mod that I have for you is the Drama mod by Mizorayuki. And this mod just adds drama to the game. It adds its own little pie menu. It's called Drama by She. And you're able just to click on all these different interactions. Some of these interactions, you have to have a certain relationship in order for them to work. So if they all don't pop up, don't worry. That's why. But you're able to argue over certain things. You're able to accuse people of cheating, insult their hygiene. You can have the what are we talk, complain about your in-laws, and you can choose violence, which is pretty cool. The final thing that I have for you guys are a few legacy challenges for you guys to try. All of these challenges I have either attempted or have wanted to try. A legacy challenge is usually a 10-generation challenge where every single generation has a main goal or has certain challenges that they have to complete before you can go on to the next generation. These are super fun to try, and they also spark up your gameplay a little bit because they might have you do something that you have never thought about doing before. A few of these challenges do include mods. If you do not have mods, feel free to change up the rules a little bit or play them your own style. Remember, legacy challenges are for you to have fun, and nobody is being the police around how you play your game. As long as you're having fun, that is the important part. The first legacy challenge that I have for you is called the Lucid Legacy Challenge by Lucid Simmer. This legacy challenge is very easy to play without mods. It does not include mods whatsoever, but it basically has you start as a farmer, and then you have to meet these certain goals. Then your next generation tries to become a content creator, goals, and it goes all the way to Gen 10. And these are super cool because they include occults and they include mediums and pets, which it is a multi-pack generation challenge, which kind of keeps your game feeling more alive. The next challenge that I have for you guys is called the Joy of Life Challenge, and this is a 37, yes, you heard me right, 37 generation challenge written by Simloon. Sorry if I mispronounced that. This challenge does include mods, and it does have a lot of packs that are used throughout it. So if you do not have all the packs or do not use mods, this might not be the challenge for you. This legacy challenge is actually becoming super popular, but it's really, really cute because the first generation is a baker, and I just feel like that is just such a tried and true Sims like rags to riches where you start as a baker, and I think that this one is really, really wholesome and really cute. The next one is the Whimsy Stories Challenge by Katie, and this one is super cute because it involves a lot of eco lifestyle, which I have not played around with whatsoever. So I feel like that'd be interesting. But it also has you adopt children, I believe, in the second gen, which is interesting because a lot of legacy challenges, they want you to have them biologically, not through adoption. So I feel like that is something that is new and interesting in games that you don't really see a lot, which I really liked. The next legacy challenge is a challenge I'm pretty sure everybody has heard of. It is the Not So Berry Challenge by Little Simsy, where every single generation has its color and everything about that sim is based around that color, from their clothes to their house to their hair, everything. This one's super interesting because you might be challenged to build something you've never built before or have a certain aesthetic that you might have never had before, which is pretty cool. This one also does not include a lot of packs since it was written right around when The Sims first came out. So you're able to really play it if you don't have a whole lot of packs. The next one is the Legacy Story Challenge by Miss Lollipop Sims. This Legacy Challenge is heavily modded, so if you do not have mods, this one might be a struggle for you to complete, but it would be a challenge, so I'm not saying it's impossible. With this story, it has a lot of storytelling and it has a lot of twists and turns in it. So this one's really cool, especially if you're a storytelling person. I think this one's interesting because in the first gen, you start off as a criminal who then has a midlife crisis, and then you become a super parent. And they also have some color palettes if you choose to follow that as well. The final legacy challenge that I have for you is the Barbie's Legacy Challenge. This one was written a little bit ago when the Barbie movie came out. And basically, it is a rags to riches where you start off as a housewife Barbie and work your way up. Every single generation is based around Barbie. Everything is pink. Everything is super fun, super bright, super colorful. So this one's a really cute one to try. This one also does not include mods. So if you are not a mod player, this one would be really easy for you to play as well. Alrighty, babes, that is all that I have for you today. I really hope that you guys found something to liven up your gameplay or hopefully get you out of that Sims 4 funk that you might be in. If you guys like what you saw, please leave a comment or a like down below. Subscribe if you are new, and I will see you so very soon. Bye-bye.